Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 3 seed in this playoff, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a team from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set up. It's a first down play. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. He's got some room and some blockers here. Touchdown, Nebraska. Wow, what a play. A defensive score.
Boy, that's a 14-point swing on the opening drive. Instead of worrying about giving up points, not only did they come up with this interception, but to take it into the end zone, they're an extra point away from really giving their offense an edge.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Back out on the field now. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back through a pick 6 in the last possession. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They're going to run the option. He'll toss it to the back. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Pre-snap motion from the offense. 3rd down, out of the shotgun. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. Excellent field position here for the offense. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. And it's incomplete. Comes up a little short on that throw.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. And sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently protecting the quarterback, and it all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground.
Chris, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I'll tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Payne. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Chris, sometimes the quarterback's just trying to find the open guy and get him the ball. It's exactly what he's able to do here. Found a way to pick up the first down.
The Cornhuskers getting set on 1st and 10. They're going to run it. Will he score here? And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
And they're able to tackle on the extra point. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Arkansas offense back out on the field. Ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Caught quickly. Football comes out. The offense recovers the fumble.
Wow, the defense makes a huge play. They were able to poke the ball away from the receiver, but the offense was quicker to get to the ball, so they retained possession.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. He's brought down out at the 46.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Running back with the football. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And the Razorbacks pick up enough yardage for a first down. That's reeled in. It's Harris. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
You know, they don't pick up the first down here, but they do get some positive yards, and I really like the route to get enough separation to give the quarterback enough room to put it in there.
It's second down after that completion. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, just stoned at the line of scrimmage by this defensive front. They have been having their way at the line of scrimmage the entire first half of this national championship. And if these guys do not find a way to become more than one-dimensional, there's no way they're going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. He's moving out of the pocket. The pass is intercepted. Can he take it all the way? Across the 40. At the 20. At the 10 now. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And a pick six, a monster play by this defense here, Kurt.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Now they get set to kick it away.
Number 18, set to kick this one.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Razorbacks offense is back out on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick six. Can they recover from that right now? They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Boy, the speed of this back is impressive today for Arkansas. And they've had some big-time backs that have played in Fayetteville. Darren McFadden, one of my favorite players that I ever saw play in the SEC. Felix Jones with speed on the outside. And today, this guy's showing what he can do.
He has first down yardage at the 46.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Well, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Arkansas, 0.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. And he drops back in the gun. Receiver makes the grab, makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end. The Razorbacks come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. He'll hand it off. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Ball handed off. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. We'll try to run it with the option. The back's got it on the pitch. Brought down quickly after the pitch. The defense reading that option very well.
Well, they get stuffed at the line of scrimmage here. That's going to bring up a third down play for this offense. And, hey, I know it's the first half, but the way this defense is playing and the fact that they have a nice lead, this is an important third down to try to convert here.
Here's the option play. Pitch to the back. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on third down, almost pick up the first down. What it does, though, is it gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this of picking up that first down.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down. He's got it, enough for a first down. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Just great execution here on this fourth down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
On the double.
Important second down play coming up. He's got some room. Can he get there? He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Extra point try coming now. PAT is good. Makes the score 21-7. Here's a kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Returner decides to fair catch this. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. And he stopped after gaining 4 yards, so 2nd and 6. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. 4th down now. Time for perhaps one more play before we hit the 2-minute warning. Press coverage now from these DBs. No press here. The defense backing away. And now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. Fourth down now. Time for perhaps one more play before we hit the 2-minute warning. A running play called on 4th down. We get him down at the 41, but that's good enough for a 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime.
Trends show guys that are continuing to go for it on 4th down. What's crazy to me, Chris, is deep in your own territory to go for it on 4th down. It's a big risk, but it pays off here.
And they'll go right back to him on 1st down. Hard running through a tackle. Big play across midfield was spotted near the 36.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive line up. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. The back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
7th play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Grab down the middle. It's Payne. And they pick up the first out of the 23, getting closer to the red zone.
Oh, my gosh. What a great play by the offense. And on the other side, how frustrating for this defense. They had everybody covered downfield. The quarterback looks like he's almost giving up on the play, checks it down to the running back. And how about the back, what he does with the ball in his hands after the catch, picks up the first down.
Oh, it's snapped to the back. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards, sets up a nice 2nd and 2. And the Huskers will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment for this important play. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy. So here we go, 3rd down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. The Cornhuskers come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Touchdown, Nebraska. This offense cannot be stopped.
Chris, how about the offensive coordinator here trusting his quarterback to be able to make a play on the design QB run? Knew he'd take care of the ball and get positive yards, and he did even more. Comes up with a touchdown.
And he knocks through the PAT. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arkansas offense is back out on the field now. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? Breaking free at the 35. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with him.
And the ball to the ground. It bounces past the sideline, out of bounds, and they avoid the turnover there.
Oh my gosh, Chris, you can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce, that ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37. And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
He's tackled at the 23-yard line. Second down.
Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Razorbacks will kick this away to start the second half. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Second down play coming up. And the quarterback dropping back. And it falls incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He bought some time, now lets it go. And this pass is on target, caught. They bring him down at the 44. It's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
It's a short completion to the big tight end. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
That's a design quarterback keeper. And tackled after a small pickup there. The Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down.
Boy, just a blown opportunity here by this defense. They got him to 3rd down, a chance to potentially get them off the field. And the fact that they're trailing, they needed to make a play. But you got to give credit to this offense. In the national championship, that big offensive line opened up a hole, and they pick up the first down and keep working clock.
It was a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the quarterback gets him.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but get the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
The Cornhuskers begin a new series here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Just a small gain, looking at 2nd and 9. The long march continues. Offense pushing the ball down the field. Second down, we're going to throw it. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. Touchdown, Huskers.